Chef Paul with me today, Chef Alex.
Hello.
So today we're going to be doing some bacon jam. Bacon jam is a nice thing that you can put on burgers. It's really tasty, it's really good, and who doesn't like bacon? But instead of using bacon, what we're going to be using is pork belly. Pork belly is basically the same stuff that they use to make bacon. So we're going to do this a little bit differently. It's not going to be cured, obviously, but in today's market, it's just cheaper to do it this way. So I'm not going to start off by cutting it into very tiny strips yet. That we're going to do later. So I'm going to try to make them like the size that we're going to want. Try to cut them as soon as I can anyways. It's a little bit of a pain to cut. So I'm going to put them in a bowl for now. And this is going to allow us to season this the way that we want it. So we'll be slicing this a little bit better a little bit later on. And you'll notice a lot of noise in the background.
That's the cats.
That's the cats. They're excited because Alex just got here.
I'm still getting over a cold, but I'm feeling much better than I was the last few weeks.
So you want to take your time and really cut this down how you want it. Now if you want bigger strips, then that's fine for me. This is not. So the root of the thing here is take your time, and this is going to take you a little bit of time. It's not a quick process by any means.
Because you got to make sure you cut most of the fat off.
Yeah. Maybe I'll try a different one. Not necessarily always about cutting all the fat off. You want some, but we're going to drain it anyways.
But you don't want all the fat.
But you just want it so that it's as small as you can get it.
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe I'm going to try this. Once this is cooked, it will be much easier to cut the rest of it, but I want my marinade to go through it. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to do it this way. So, take your time, cut it how you want it, and when we're done this process, we'll be right back. Welcome back. So we're finally finished cutting our meat, and you'll see that it's a little bit more chunky. And I've got my oven preheated to 400 degrees. It took me a little longer to do this than I wanted, but whatever. It's not that big of a deal. I'm trying to take a glove off so I can actually put some, take my gloves off so I can put the stuff back in, but I don't want to throw the gloves away because I just don't want to waste. Cooking gloves are the best investment you'll ever make. They really, really are. Okay, so one of the reasons that I like pork belly rather than just bacon, pork belly isn't salted. This isn't cured, this isn't anything. Everything that goes in this is what I want. So I'm going to put a few drops of liquid smoke in, probably more than I wanted, but it's a good size, so it's alright.
And you don't want to use a whole lot of that, but...
Nope. Because it'll taste like a shoe.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put a good amount of ground black pepper Because if anybody's going to surprise that watches this channel. I'm going to put in some maple bacon, which is really, really good. So I'm putting about 2 tablespoons of this. We like it, tastes good. I put a little bit of smoked paprika.
That already smells really good.
Oh, it does. Then I'm going to put in some applewood. If you don't have that spice, get it. It's really, really good. It's going to be flavored the way that I want it to be flavored, so that makes the advantage. So then we're going to put in a tablespoon of ground turmeric. If you have arthritis, anything that ails you, this is really, really good for you.
I bet turmeric's really good for colds too.
It's good for everything. Alright, so I'm just going to take your hands. And this is why investing in some cooking gloves is the best thing for you. Because otherwise your hands are just going to get really full of a lot of garbage. That's going to take a little time to clean.
They're gonna get all greasy.
Greasy, full of spice, full of fat. And you really have to clean your hands really well. Because if you don't, you're going to get somebody sick because you're going to touch everything. And if you touch your eyes, especially if you cook with hot food, you can burn your fingers, especially if you got a cut that you're not thinking about.
Yeah.
So to me, this is good enough. So I got a baking tray here, and I'm going to spread this out here.
And the way you cut it kind of makes it look a lot like bacon.
Yeah, some of it.
Yeah.
Some of the bigger pieces, not so much, but that's fine. At the end of the day, when this comes out, and this is cooled down a little bit, so when you take this out of the oven, because we're going to bake this for about 20 minutes, and when you take this out, let it sit for another 20 minutes, because it has to cool down, and take some paper towel, try to get rid of some grease. Okay, so set your timer, 20 minutes, like I said, that's on 400 degrees. And we'll come back. Now, if it's not fully cooked, that's not a big deal because it's going to get cooked a little bit more in a bit. But for now, we need to get this cooked, and it has to sit for another 20 minutes because we want this to be cold. So we'll be back. Welcome back. So I've got my pork belly cut. It's been cooked, it cooled down, and it's all cut. So now I've got my Dutch oven. You can use a frying pan. You can use whatever you feel comfortable with. It doesn't matter.
You can use a cast iron pan.
You can. It's really your choice what you want to use. Now, in this, you do want to have a little grease because we're going to, first off, we're going to start with frying some onions. I don't want to use olive oil. Why? Well, we still get this fat that will work just fine. So I'm just going to use 1 spoon of it, and then I'm going to put a little bit of detergent, and then I'm going to grab some water, and I'm going to dump that in because just help clean it a little bit. So we're going to let this heat up a little bit, and we're going to start cooking the onions a little bit. Don't need to go too far. There we go. Help break the grease up a little bit when we go to cook. All right. Now we're going to put our onions in, and we're going to let this cook a little bit. We don't need to get these caramelized because they'll probably do that by the end anyways. But we do want this to cook down a little bit because these onions are going to shrink. Because when you cook onions, they do shrink. Now, if you have IBS, or you have issues with, say, your gallbladder being taken out, this may not be the best recipe for you. And I want to be upfront about this. This is not the healthiest recipe in the world. Because even though it's not bacon, it's got less salt in it. That part's true.
But
However,
it's got a lot of fat.
it's got a lot of fat. I've taken some paper towel and I've tried to get rid of that as much as I can. I don't know that I've been really that successful with it. But it's less fat.
It's hard to get all of it.
It's almost impossible to. Now, if you got onions that didn't completely separate or aren't cut the way you want, you should be able to take your spatula and just give them a little bit of a push and they'll go down a little bit more for you too.
Yeah, it's alright if they don't completely separate at first.
But before we do anything else, we want to make sure that we have this, we start cooking this down, we can actually see that it's starting to break down a little bit more. Don't need to add anything to it really. You can maybe add a little bit of black pepper. I've got enough of that in the pork. But remember, these are most likely going to go on top of a burger. Yes, this is bacon jam, but I don't know too many people other than Gamer Tony that may wake up in the morning for breakfast, put a little butter on your bread, and put some bacon jam on your toast.
I don't think I would.
Tony's about the only person I can think that would do that.
I put it on a burger, but maybe, probably not toast. Tony probably would.
Tony, yeah, probably. All out of love, brother, out of love.
Hey, Tony, eat pig like pig.
Eat like a pig. Alright, so that looks like that's good enough for me. Now, we're going to add in our pork. And we got a few more things to add in, but not a whole lot.
Apple cider vinegar.
Yep, add a few drops of apple cider vinegar. Then a little bit of water. And a little bit of water. Take a little bit more. So this is all going to cook down too, by the way. So.
Oh, yeah.
So where I'm using a cast iron Dutch oven, be very careful.
Oh, yeah.
Don't just start running your hands to it.
Use a cloth or an oven mitt to when you're getting ready to touch it. Don't touch it with your bare hands, what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, don't do that. So what you're going to do is I'm going to put the cover on this. I'm going to cook this down. Now every now and again I'm going to come back and I'm just going to start keep an eye on it. And what we want is we want the liquid to cook down. So this is not going to be an instant thing. This is not going to be something that's going to take like a few minutes either. It's going to take a while. So don't walk away, start playing games, playing your phone, Amy, or other things. Pay attention. When this liquid is gone and it's more disappeared, then you should be good to go. But this is going to be an awesome recipe, I think. I'm really looking forward to this. But we're going to put the cover on there, and then we're going to be back once it starts to go. Now, in the meantime, think about what you want to do with it. You can put this straight on a burger right away. Or what we're going to do is we're going to put this into a container and stick it in the fridge. And then when we want to make a burger, we want to make a meat or something that this would be good with, we'll have it. So we'll be back. Welcome back. So we're pretty much done. So if you come over here, you look at that. Most of the liquid is mostly evaporated. I don't mind a little bit. As this cools down, it's going to absorb anyway, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. If you really want to be sure, then just let it cook a little bit longer, but I don't think you really need to. How's this look?
That looks really good.
Yeah, and like I said, this is going to be absolutely amazing. Not the healthiest thing we've ever made in Poul's kitchen, and that's perfectly fine. But it is good every now and again. I'll just put it in containers, eat it right away if you want. I'm just going to let it cool and we'll eat it later. Not a big deal. I'm just going to take this off the heat, put the cover on it, and just let it sit for a bit. And that's it. It's pretty easy, simple, straightforward, and that's going to be great. It's going to taste wonderful. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what making cooking great again is all about. We'll talk to you later.